All right, so YouTube just made a new video editing app tool similar to TikTok, but it's not limited to just vertical video. So you can do horizontal or vertical. It's a completely separate app. They've got a lot of cool tools. First couple cool features I was thinking, caption function. So caption function built into the app. That's really cool. That's where whatever you're saying will pop up. They have it built into that. Secondly, this is kind of going back to my editing days. You can time your cuts to the beats of the song that you're using. So if you see some more advanced editors, they try to time the cuts, right? The changing from one scene to the next based off of the beat of the music. It's built in. So it's interesting how these apps are getting better and better and making it easier and easier. My general thoughts on this is there's no excuse not to be able to make content right now. If you don't have a computer, you can't afford editing software, but you have a phone and you can download this app, you can start going to town right now, and that is powerful for anybody. But that's been the case for a while. That's half of why TikTok was so successful. They made it easy for people to create. They made it easy for them to use trending music in their videos. They made it easy for people to, create similar challenges and videos that other creators were doing, and it's all done in one app. So that's not super new. YouTube is just really leveling it up, because even when I saw this, I thought, well, I can already make shorts in the YouTube app, or at least I've done that in the past. This app is just in addition to that function, because it's got more tools, more filters, more other things that you can utilize. There is one downside to this. It's a different app. I talked to a creator today who's big on TikTok, and their first comment was, well, I don't really want to download another app. I don't want to use a whole different app. I just want to use the same app. I mean, hence why he probably blew up on TikTok. He was able to just create right there. Another thing too is I ran a poll on video influencers, and I asked people, do you use your phone for editing within the app, or do you use a computer with editing software? 83% still use editing software. Why do they do that? I think that there's two reasons. One is obvious and one's not so obvious. One, you have way more control, way more functions. If you've ever edited and you have a big screen, it's just easier to dial in the timing. There's just so many more things that you're paying for usually through a paid software that you can apply to your videos. And there's something about the workflow of all that makes it simple. And the most famous, the most successful, the ones that ultimately probably make the most money, they still use editing software. But the second reason why editing on a computer, I still believe, is more effective and more productive, this is not so obvious, because phones are distracting. So when you're on your phone, and I think young people probably deal with this, but I even deal with it. If I'm going to make a reel, Instagram reel, and I'm using the Instagram reel app, what could have taken me 5 to 10 minutes sometimes takes me an hour, because somebody DMs me, someone texts me, especially if it's a phone call or notifications. And so that obviously is just like, okay, we'll just turn that off. That would be my number one tip when it comes to using any kind of app for editing, including this new YouTube app. Turn all notifications off. You have to avoid the distractions, and this goes for anything. Just don't let the creation process be a process that can be hindered by these outside variables or attention stealers. The only other thing I'd say about this YouTube app, what makes content creation easier and more accessible also invites more content and more creators. So ultimately, it's still going to be about quality, it's going to be about value, and it's going to be about connection, which is never something that's new, and it's always going to be the case. It's going to be even more so. So caring about the end user who's viewing your content will always be trump any kind of editing techniques you can do, because what you can do, anybody else can do. This is why you find people that do the same thing over and over and over and don't grow and change or adjust. They start lacking in views, or they sometimes just quit altogether, because they're forgetting that whatever made them successful is going to motivate other people to want to get into the game. And so you've got to always be better. You've always got to be growing. You've always going to be learning new skills, including if you're going to use this app, realize everyone else has access to this app too. And the thing that makes a difference between people that just create content and upload and maybe get some views versus a content creator that has an audience is the connection they have with the people that view their content, and the fact that they care and they want to do something for them and always improving. So excited about this YouTube app. I don't know if it's going to necessarily be a game changer, but it's definitely a new tool, especially for beginners and those that don't have the resources to get a computer or buy editing software.